I mean, the weirdest thing is that I got a text from Kalis. I heard Burton selling Alien Workshop. I was like, yeah, okay, come on, like, and right, like somehow Kalis is gonna send that to me. You know, I reached out to Cart. He said, yeah, they're looking to do it to sell DNA, and I was just like, woof. I didn't even hesitate. I just immediately went through the process, and the cool thing about it was, Burton was so cool about it. Without them being so cool, it probably wouldn't even have been as easy or possible, maybe, you know. So it's really awesome. When I was 11 years old, I went to my first skateboard contest after skating for 24 days, and Neil Blender was getting in a car, and I said, hey man, I don't think there's enough room for you in that board. And he said, you want to know what you're right? And he threw me that board, and I wrote him a letter and said I had a dream that he gave me 10 more. And I hope you don't think that I'm a faggot ass, I wrote, thinking of a really creative curse word. And he wrote me a letter back that said, you're not, but you're a bit of a padger, which I had to look up in the dictionary, which meant beggar. A few months later, I got on GNS, the same team that he was on, and 3 years later, all the guys that worked at GNS had moved back to Ohio with Neil Blender to start the Alien Workshop, and he drew my first graphic. You know, I sat in a room and chose between, helped decide with those guys between the name Project Blue Book, which is all based around Hangar 18, which was in Dayton, Ohio, where they re-engineered the alien craft from Roswell, and they re-engineered this alien craft inside these little alien workshops, you know, and that's how the name came from. And as a kid, you know, me and Petrie sat in that room and we were like, yeah, Alien Workshop, you know, and, you know, for me to have, you know, been on that company for that long, man, and been a part of like this, like at 11 years old, laying the seed, we eventually, you know, where it's in my hometown of Dayton, Ohio, and to have gone into this world that I've evolved into. You know, I lived this incredibly strange existence, and to even be given the opportunity to have a shot at buying it back was a really big deal that I would never have remotely even considered passing up. You know, those guys are from Ohio. Those guys are Ohioans. I don't think any of them are ready for that culture shock. But no, it's not even about that at this point. It's going to be a slow process of sort of how it evolves for me too. You know, I think that it's just a matter of trying to just put some energy in and get into some growth opportunities inside the brand, you know, and as skateboarding continues to evolve. You know. Yeah, no, Habitat, I personally believe that Habitat is just an incredible brand. It's like what Joe Castrucci has created visually and aesthetically, and how he has visioned the core of that brand has a lot of potential to be a lot bigger than a skate brand, in my opinion. You know, just helping him see a vision for the potential of Habitat beyond just straight up and down boards, and what he can evolve that into. I'd like to help him do it, you know. I really wanted to make Dill president. That was the first thing. I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Like, I'm buying this shit. We're making you president. Like, oh, one dog, dude. But I don't know. I think those guys are comfortable in their role. I mean, you know, truth of the matter is Ave and Dill, it's their company, in the sense of guiding, not the brand aspect, but the team and kind of who it is. You know, they take a lot of pride in that team that they've been integral in putting all together. To me, I have some, you know, ideas on how to kind of recharge, like, what I think is one of the missing things of the brand, and that is that beautiful graphic aesthetic that you know, Mike Hill has created for years, and really kind of focusing in on how, that beautiful art that he creates, and building a lot of marketing and concepts around that stuff. You know, the team couldn't be any better, you know, and so it's like that's all in check, and it's just a matter of helping it have sort of a re-energized focus, you know, and playing to its strengths, And that's sort of what we've been working on, getting ready to move that stuff out in the future here.